Okay, we're here on day 4 of the World Series of Poker Europe main event. Barny Boatman here, 13th place in the main event. Barney, how's that for you?
How is it for me? Well, obviously, if you told me at the beginning I'd finish 13th, I would have, thought, well, that's not bad. But when you're there, you've got a shot. Then, of course, it's very disappointing. I mean, I think I was on the better of the 2 tables when we broke to 2 tables. When we were on 3 tables, it was horrible. But there was like a couple of guys with really big stacks, and there was a whole bunch of us with between 300 and 400. And since like 4 or 5 of those players are going to make it to the final, it really felt all the time like I had a really good shot. And then the hand, I don't know if you know the hand I went out on. I've only had 2 big hands today, both ace king, and this was the second time I got it. I had it on the big blind. Roland raised. The guy on the small blind moved all in for like about 250,000. I had just under $500,000, and Roland had me just covered. So they don't believe me, but I actually thought about throwing the hand away. It would have been a very last millennium thing to have done. But it kind of felt like a big ace and a big pair, and all I put in is the big blind, and I kind of felt like I get screwed here. But there again, you can't fold ace king in this situation, not really. So I stuck it in, and Roland had aces. The other guy had ace jack, and the aces stood up, and Roland won a pot of like 1.4 million or something. So he's in fantastic shape now.
Well, I was going to say, I saw you shaking Roland's hand just now, saying, I hope you win this. Is he your sort of tip now? Are you behind him now?
Well, I mean, he's got a hell of a shot. He really has. If I had to tip someone, apart from Roland, I can't remember his name, Sean, the Canadian guy.
Andrew Pantlin?
Andrew, that's it, yeah. He's different class as far as I'm concerned. I only had 2 bad sessions in this tournament, really, where I didn't think I was playing well. And there were both occasions, one late on day 2 and one the first hour today. And I was sitting next to him on both of those days, and he just, frankly, the guy owned me. He was. I mean, I think that I was a bit unfortunate as well, where the cards happened to fall in ways which made things very difficult for me. But he was just a very, very good player. He never seemed to get anything wrong, and he always knew exactly where he was. And he bet when he didn't want him to bet, and he didn't bet when he wanted him to bet. And obviously we're at the stage in the tournament now where you're going to get a lot of coin flips and this and that, and you never know who's going to do it. And the other English guy has got an absolute tank load of chips as well. He's got to have a shot. They've all got a shot. I mean, you sit there with 100,000, you feel like you've got a shot. It's such a fantastic tournament.
Well, I believe you started the day on about, was it 300k or so, maybe a bit more? You started the day on?
Just under 4 I started the day, but I actually went down, right down to 150, and I got lucky. I reshoved from the big blind with 6 deuce off, got called by a big ace and hit a deuce, so it was kind of a free roll from there on in, but that was kind of my only real big piece of luck in the tournament. I don't usually get those, and it was very nice to get it,
And I know you played in a few of the other events in the last week or 2. How's that gone for you generally? How's your series been overall?
Well, let me see now. The 6-handed lasted about 5 minutes. So, at least I was fresh for the next one. The Omaha, I always really enjoy the Omaha, and I always feel like I got a shot in that. But I actually finished up going out right at the end of day 1, and it was just one of those things, nothing I could do about it. The heads up was very disappointing because I love heads up, and I played a good player, but I felt like I had him for a long time. We played one of the longest matches, and for the first hour or so, I gradually got him down. I had a 3-1 chip lead, and then it was just cut the big coolers when the blinds were big. So I really wished I could have gone further in that because I loved that event. And then there was this. It's the umpteenth time that I've made it to that kind of stage in that kind of tournament. It seems to be my specialty, with like the 25 grand at the Bellagio. I get to the last 2 tables a couple of times. World Series main event, last 2 tables, the the couple of times final table in the Aussie Millions. That seems to be where I seem to get. And in these big events, I appear to have some kind of closing problem. You know, I mean, I don't think I did anything wrong really, certainly in that last hand, although I felt like making a terrible fold that would have happened to have been right, and I didn't make it. So I'm going to beat myself up about that for a couple of years, and then I'll get over it.
So it's a case of somewhat disappointed, but no regrets, essentially.
I just wish I was Roland de Wolf, because he's younger, better looking, and seems to be better at poker than me. But apart from that, no regrets at all.
And finally, playing this here in central London, does making it in London more special for you? Is that more enjoyable overall than being abroad?
It's totally different and kind of weird actually, because it feels like you should be somewhere exotic and glamorous when you're playing these big events, and of course for everyone else it is exotic and glamorous to be here, and it kind of reminds you in a way what a great place it is, because they're all so excited about it. It disappoints me that there are less UK players and European players generally than the Americans seem to be in the majority, even when it's on our home turf, and we've got so many great players who could get there. All the hit squad, obviously, Praz and James Aikenhead and JP Kelly and Sam Trickett and all these guys, and it's kind of disappointing that none of them are there. Although they all had a fantastic World Series this year, and it seemed like I thought, well, maybe it's my turn. Maybe it's my turn to fly the flag. But there's two of them still left. They've both got chips now. You could easily get a British winner still.
Exciting times. Well, thank you for chatting, and well done on your 13th place.
Thank you very much.